Hey guys, here's the station wagon. It's been sitting here for probably 4 years, I want to say. Has not moved since then, obviously. I'll just do a quick walk around and then we'll go inside. Cosmetically, it's pretty good nick. Like there's some damage, but it's actually really straight. No obvious rust in the rear cross member. I'd have to have a proper look underneath for any other rust that's developed since it's been here. A bit of body damage there, but nothing there. There's a bit of bog here on this wing. Actually, no one's been in here for years. The owners obviously have their key still, so I can't try to start it for you, not that it probably would. Yeah, it's really quite original. Actually, looking at it now, it's like in really good nick. Like there's little stuff like this, like it's all minor. No obvious rust or anything. But still got the cards, that's great. Yeah, a little bit of rust there. I mean, yeah, a little bit there. This particular vehicle isn't new to the Seriously Series team. Jeff had owned it around 10 years ago for a short period of time. He fixed it up a bit and did some little to major maintenance on it and then sold it. Later on, we would find it back at our friend's place in a paddock where it sat for quite a number of years. Knowing the history of the vehicle, I decided to buy it because I was sick of looking at it in the paddock where it sat for a number of years, and this vehicle having more than 2 seats was more family friendly, so a good choice for a future proofing series Land Rover. Okay guys, so welcome to the Series 2A project. You can see I've been tinkering at it, taking it apart, going over to see for rust, which there isn't really that much. It's mainly in the firewalls and the A-pillar on the driver's side mostly. All very repairable, so that'll be good time for me to practice on some welding to fix that, because I think I'll just patch it up just with 2-3mm steel plate. So I went to go get this station wagon from a paddock, saved it, brought it back here. Plans just to go over it and just fix all the obvious things. I don't want to go over absolutely everything. I know the chassis itself is quite sound, and the drivetrain just needs a little bit of attention. The engine just needs a bit of attention. Very minor things. And then probably the wiring, I think, is a big one. This stuff kind of gets brittle, and there's a lot of stuff that's not actually original that needs to be there. We're just going to make it as simple as possible, and a lot of cleaning, which is, I think, one of the best things you can do to vehicles like this, of this age, is just a real deep clean, so you know where you're starting, and it'll bring out all the rusty spots if there is any, and also ID some paint imperfections, and then that'll give you a good starting point of where you can go forward, and you can make a list of what needs to be done that way, and you won't have any nasty surprises as you take things apart. So you can see here I've been just going over the valve clearances on this Rover 2.6, which is a real downfall of having these engines in a vehicle like this, because back in the day a lot of people didn't do this maintenance, and it unfortunately burnt valves and lessened the life of the engine. So you can see I've been doing that, which I've already done, and to be honest, I would probably take the guard off in the future just to do this job, because it was hard enough as it is. As you can see here, like, there's not much room up here, and having the guard there would, you'd just be hanging off it all the time, and you wouldn't get a real accurate feel of the clearance itself, and you'd probably end up just half-arsing it anyway, because it's such a awkward position. And yeah, I've taken the carburetor off and just cleaned it, and that's actually helped quite a bit with just the way it's running. When I did have it running, when I first got it here to move it round. So I'll just put it back together, and yeah, we'll just chip away at it. Wouldn't have mind giving this a ceramic coat to protect it a bit, because these exhaust manifolds are very hard to come by. In fact, I've been keeping an eye out and I haven't seen one. So probably something you want to, if you do come across it, just grab it, because they're super hard to get. And another thing to keep an eye out for is cracks in these themselves, especially when they get hot. That's why I've cleaned it up. There is a little hairline crack underneath this one, but it's just probably something I'm going to have to look at down the track to keep an eye on. I mean, I will fix it later on, but it's very early stages of the restoration, because got lots to do. Such an awkward. Don't drop anything down in there. Probably would have been better to put the other cover on first. I might just do that actually. Just to sit it there so I don't drop anything down there. So that gasket's sitting there quite snugly. I've painted this up. Just a dash of paint. Scratch it all as I put it back on. Let that just sit there for now. Now I get all this apart, and you got to take the dipstick out as well, so that's sitting over there on the bench. So I'll put all that back together as well. Don't mix any of this up. think I've just done that, mixed them up. So that's for that. Yeah, these studs are just about knackered. Yeah, is that going there? Okay, so that's for the exhaust. All right. I'm just going to concentrate now because talking to the camera and doing this, I just want to make sure I get everything right. Now, I've always thought it's a good idea to, with manifolds and exhaust manifolds, putting them or tensioning them up from the inside out. Just because you're putting a lot of force onto the side of the head, on the side of the engine, and you want to make sure that it's an even tension. So I'm just going to nip them all up and then start torquing them down. Oh, to be honest, I'm not going to torque them down at the moment to spec, just because I know I'll be coming off. Again, I just want to get it together so I can take it outside and wash it. But yeah, if you're struggling to find these exhaust manifolds for a 2.6, if you got a 2.6, sure, if you found a good exhaust shop, they'll be able to make extractors for it. I've seen it done before on the forums. Someone was making them for this engine, just for themselves and a couple of forum members. Look really nice. I'm sure you get a bit more power as well. But we won't be going anywhere fast in a Land Rover anyway, so if you want to go fast, just buy something else that can go faster and putt around like we all do in these vehicles.